Gracie said she had everything set out that was on that recipe that she looked up. Yeah. And it looks like she does. Boy, she's got a lot. I hope this all comes out. I haven't ever cooked with an AI before. But Gracie says it'll work out fine. I guess we'll figure it out, whether it's yummo or a no-go. But we're going to give it a try. Oh, well, hello there, friends and family. So good to see you again. And as always, you're welcome here in the little old country kitchen with Mr. Tom, Mr. Tom's Neighborhood. So what have we got here for you today? And what will we be sharing with you? Well, Gracie and I wanted to try something special. And we got with Google AI. And I had a few ingredients on hand that I wanted to use up. So I asked the Google AI just what we could do with them and make me up a recipe. I gave, sort of the outline for what I wanted to do. Something Italian, something with beef, and a stew. And it gave me a recipe, an ingredient list, and just what to do. And that's what we're going to do today. We're going to cook with a recipe that was given to us by an AI. What do you think? Will it be a yummo or a no-go? Hey, both I and you will get to see. So pull up a chair, grab a cold drink and snack, and come on with us as we try out this recipe and see how it goes. Okay? So like always, I and Gracie have got everything set out here that the AI said we needed to put together this meal, or this dish as it will be. Yeah, and we needed some bell peppers or Italian peppers. Would have been nice to have some actual Italian, but all we got on hand, some of these beautiful, colorful bell peppers. And it said it would do. Got a couple of carrots there, a head of garlic, one onion. Oh yeah, that'll do. Oh, and a couple of stalks of celery too. And then we'll be using, though it even said diced tomatoes, we didn't have any, so we're going to be using stewed, my favorite kind. And what we're going to be doing, it recommended 2 cups beef broth. We're going to be using some of this Campbell's French onion soup, which is made from beef stock, and a couple of bouillon cubes. So we're deviating a little bit. We've got a can of mushrooms, 6.5 ounce can, some tomato paste. For seasonings, we've got Italian seasoning, bay leaves, black pepper, salt of course, some Worcestershire sauce right there, and of course our protein or our meat is lean stew meat right here. So yeah, so we've got to do some chopping, some dicing, and some slicing, and we'll be chopping some of that beef on down. So we're going to get all that done, Gracie and I, and we'll come on back and we'll start the cooking and get this all put together in the crock pot right there. Okay? Well, as you can clearly see, we've been chopping and slicing and dicing for a while. We've got our 2 carrots, coarse chopped, and our 2 stalks of celery right here. Over here in this bowl, we've got our yellow and red bell pepper, coarse chopped, with 1 large yellow onion. And then over here, we got our stew meat, lean. Well, it's chuck stew meat. It's a little over a pound, 1.09 of a pound. Yeah, that cost me, I believe it was $10.46 a pound. I know, yeah, that's crazy, ain't it? And then we've got 4 cloves of garlic. They were rather large, all minced up here, fresh. Hey, we going all out here with the AI. So now we're ready to do the first step of actually cooking, and that's going to be to heat up that skillet, add a little olive oil and butter, and get to browning our meat. It's a crucial step. It really enhances the flavor. Though I will admit, at times, I have not. I've just dumped it all in and went on with my business. Because, hey, that's the way my mother and grandmother did it. I can never remember them browning their meat. But I highly recommend it, and so does the AI. So let's get set up to brown the meat. So first, let's add a couple of tablespoons of that extra virgin olive oil right there. Looks like that'll be good. And then we're going to drop in, about 3 tablespoons of sweet cream butter right there. Oh yeah. Woo, that's going to make it all the more better, don't you know? So yeah, that pan's coming up to temperature right fairly quickly. You can start to see the butter start to shimmer. And here's another little tip. When you add your butter to olive oil, it won't allow your butter to burn. Yep, that's a fact. So now that our pan's all heated up and our butter's shimmering away, we're just going to add this chopped up chuck stew meat right there into that nice pan with all that delicious olive oil and butter. And you can hear it just start to sizzle right now. And we're off to the races, folks. We're cooking. Now, I know I said I was cooking with AI, but in fact, I'm doing the cooking. The AI just came up with the recipe. So let's get this cooking on. We're going to put it up on medium high and get this meat browned up. So we've been working on this meat, getting it all browned up, as you can see, and it took us a little bit, around 8 minutes on medium high, and then we turned it down to medium low. So that's all browned up, ready to go in the crock pot. We're right there. We're getting ready to throw this all together so we can lounge around till it all gets done. So let me turn off this heat and I'll get this meat out and we'll start putting this together in the crock pot. Okay? So now it's starting to get excited. We've got our crock pot preheated on high and all sprayed down. Now we just got to put in that wonderful browned lean stew meat right there. Woo, let all that butter drip on down. Oh yeah, it's going to make it all the more better, don't you know? Right there. And we're going to deviate from what the AI said, dump it all in, veg and all, seasonings and that. And what we're going to do is we're going to cook the meat with all the seasonings, the French onion soup, the paste, you know, all that, for about 2 hours. And then we're going to check the tenderness of the meat, and if it's just right, we'll add the veg in on the 3rd hour, or whenever it seems just right. Because I mean, like always, they say 3 to 4 hours on high, 6 to 8 on low. Yeah, standard run-of-the-mill directions. So let's do that. And I went ahead and chopped up my stewed tomatoes, because as you know, they're whole. So I got them all nice and chopped up, so we'll just dump them on in right there. Every last drop. Now we're going to open up the French onion soup from Campbell's. Now I'm going to tell you what, if you haven't cooked with French onion soup, which primarily its first ingredient is beef stock, then you just don't know. I would say do it one time. Okay? Woo, there we go. And we may add a little water later. I don't know. So, we've got our tomatoes in, our French onion soup, our meat. Might as well go ahead and get that minced garlic in. You know, that was 4 large cloves right here. We can put the garlic on in there. That won't hurt. Ooh, that's really going to flavor up that meat. There we go. Now we'll add our 2 beef bouillon cubes. Now we won't be adding any salt until we, got a little bit of that aluminum in there. Don't need that. Until we have tasted it. Because the French onion soup has sodium in it. So does the beef bouillon. So we might not need any additional salt. So I would recommend that you wait till the end. You can always add salt at the very end. Now the tomato paste. 2 tablespoons full. So let's add it now. Now this is going to make it really tomato-y. Yes, it is. And I'm going to put in 2 nice heaping tablespoons. And I'm using my finger. It'll be okay. Get it all in there. Just like that. And I do believe I'm going to add a can of water to it too. So we'll add a can of water. Put that right on in there. Now we're ready to season it on up. You know what? We almost forgot the mushrooms. 6.5 ounce drained can right there. Yep, we got them all out just like that. And now we got to add the seasoning so we can get this cooking on. And what it said was 1 tablespoon of Italian seasoning. Right there. So, let's fill it on up. Looks good. About a level tablespoon. Should be about right. Then, we're supposed to put 1 teaspoon black pepper. I'm going to cut that back to 1/2 for now. Because here again, just like the salt, I can add more black pepper at the end. So let's get a nice teaspoon of pure ground black pepper and put it in right there. Now the only other seasoning that it said to use besides the black pepper, the salt, and the Italian seasoning was 1 bay leaf. And we've got it out right here. 1, well, sort of, kind of, bay leaf. Do not eat the bay leaf. Pick it out. So there you go. The seasoning's all in there. Just that simple, isn't it? And we'll give that a stirry and mix it all up. Just like that. And I can already tell you, it's starting to smell mighty fine. Yes, it is. Well, let me grab the lid and we'll close it all up. So we got the lid. Oh, I forgot another thing. Lord, there's a lot of things going on in this recipe. As you would figure, it's an AI. It's complex. So, what did we almost forget? Our tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. Yep. Give it a little shake up right there. And we got to add a tablespoon of it too. And I like to measure. Maybe you don't. Maybe you like to wing everything. But for repeatability, I do like to measure. So if it all comes out just right, yep, I know how to recreate it. That's why I measure. So there's 1 tablespoon. Right there. Now, let me check the recipe. Yep, as far as I can tell, we haven't left anything out. So back with the lid, and we'll cover it on up. And I'm going to let it cook on high for 2 hours. And then I'll come and check the tenderness of the meat. Which if it's tender enough then, I'll add all the veggie in. Okay? So we'll be back. Ain't this fun? Cooking with an AI? Well, it's been 2.5 hours, and I already checked the meat, and the meat is just getting there. It's just, you know, when you bite down, it starts to separate between the muscle fibers. So, hey, that's already pretty tender. So I'm thinking what we need to do now is add in the veg. So that's what we're going to do. And we're going to first add in the 2 celery stalks chopped and the carrots. Right there. It's just that simple. There we go. And we'll give that a little bit of a stirry right here. Work it all in. We may have to add a little more liquid, some more water, because as it's cooked, it's cooking down. We want to make sure everything is covered. I really don't think we need any more than that, because we want it to be rather thick. And yeah, that sauce is looking pretty nice too. So here goes in those 2 peppers and that 1 large chopped onion. Ooh yeah, now that's going to make it all the more better. And we're going to work that on in there. Ooh man, and I can tell you, this has got the house smelling fine. Yes, it does. Oh yeah. I think at least another cup, maybe 2 cups of water. Of course, you could add more beef broth, but well, let's give that sauce a taste test and see how it's all coming out. We'll get the official taste tester spoon. I just want to get some of that delicious sauce. Yeah, looking rather nice. Oh yeah. Ooh, just a touch of pepper bite. You can taste the Italian seasoning. A touch of garlic. Oh yeah. That's really good. But I am going to add another cup of liquid, maybe 2. And we'll cook it for another hour, and we'll come back and see if our veg is tender enough to call it done. So we'll add in 1 more cup right there. Yeah, I think 2 should do it. And I'll show it to you before we cover it up and let it keep cooking on. And our 2nd cup right there. Give it another stirry. Oh yeah, that's going to be just right once it cooks down. Ooh yeah. Now the AI said you could eat this over your favorite pasta. I'm thinking penne, but it really don't matter. You could use elbows, shells, whatever you wanted to. Or it also said rice and potatoes, which I thought that might be mighty nice, because we used to do that when my mother made her hamburger stew. But now we're just going to cover it back up, set a timer for another hour, and see how those veggies all come out. Okay? Woo, it's been about another hour and a half, and I checked the veg, and they're all nice and tender now. And the sauce is looking just right. So I don't think I'll be adding any cornstarch. Now if you wanted to make yours thicker, just use 1 tablespoon of cornstarch to about 1/4 or a tad more water. Mix it on up and add it in and stir it on up and let it return to a boil. And that'll thicken it up. And just continue until you got as thick as you want. Well, I'm happy right here. So I'm going to dish up a bowl, and for tonight, rather than have it, you know, with pasta, rice, and potatoes, just going to have a small bowl just like it is. And then I let it cool, and we'll set it in the fridge and let all the flavors, you know, get happy together, you know, once they hang out a while. Because with soups and stews, they're always better the next day when all the ingredients and flavors make friends with each other. So I'm going to dish up a small bowl, and I've made some toasted Parmesan Italian garlic buns up, because I didn't have any crusty bread, which would be really great right now. Crusty Italian or French. Ooh, yeah. With some sweet cream butter. But I did have some, hamburger buns. And that'll be just okay. So let me dish up a bowl, show you what we got, and give it a taste test and see. Did the recipe that the AI came up with turn out okay? So yeah, let me get my bowl here. Dig down in there deep and get me some of this delicious Italian pepper beef stew. Oh yeah, give me some of that sauce right there, so I can dip my buns in it. Oh yeah, that looks just fine. Right there. Ooh. Some of my crusted garlic Parmesan Italian buns. Hey, life's good here. So hey, let's give it a taste test and see how it all came out. Well, it sure does look good. And boy, it's late and I'm tired. And I've got to try it and see how it all came out. Oh, I hope it's good, because I've got a lot of time and a fair amount of money in it. So let's give it a nice big bite. For me, for you, and the Google AI. Oh yeah. I'm loving it. Man. Just a touch of that pepper. You can taste the Italian seasoning. Saltiness of that garlic. Oh yeah. Didn't need no extra salt. No. That's downright delicious, if I do say so myself. So my hat's off. Well, if I had a hat on, to the Google AI for creating me this wonderful recipe of, what would they name it? Italian pepper beef stew. Yeah, it's really great, just the way it is. So yeah, the total cooking time was 4.5 hours, and it came out just right. Now tomorrow, like I say, after it all gets happy, I think I will. I'll cook up some penne pasta and ladle some of this on top with some grated Parmesan cheese. Yeah, and it'll be just right. And I might get some of that crusty bread too. But hey, let me know in the comments below the video. Have you ever had AI make up a recipe for you? If you haven't, maybe you should give it a try. If nothing more, it can be a lot of fun. But hey, it might be complicated. It's a computer. You know how they are. So y'all, that's all we got for you tonight. And until the kitty critter, Gracie, my little princess of the house, we'll all see you on that next episode of Mr. Tom's Neighborhood. Y'all take care. Stay safe out there. And may God bless you all as you bless those in your lives. We love you for stopping by. And with that said, I got to say goodbye and good night for now. Oh yeah, I am hungry. But this is really, I'm glad it all turned out well. Yes, I am. That meat is so tender. Oh, excuse me, y'all. Later.